So there's been a huge amount of coverage into digital attacks over the past 4, 5, 6 years, ever since it's had an effect and relevance to consumers. Ever since data and the value of our data and the consequences of its theft have had real world effects. In the good old days, attackers used to be focused on money. That was really what they were interested in, getting revenue and profit from their actions. But there was only one real place, one real type of data that had value, and this was credit cards. Credit cards were really seen as the only valuable data source, the way that a bad guy could monetize someone they'd hacked. The utilisation of social security numbers or other country-level identifiers to effectively get monetary value from affected parties. And again, it used to be about the data. But then we had Bitcoin. Bitcoin is like a virtual currency. Doesn't really exist like most currencies. But most importantly, Bitcoin is a currency which is traded not through banks or financial institutions, but between each other. It's like a peer-to-peer currency which isn't controlled or regulated by any financial systems. Now, this became very interesting after the 2008 financial crisis. Huge issues in the banking sector, huge concerns about corruption or manipulation. People wanted visibility into their money, their funds, what was happening with it. The idea is that it stops fraud, manipulation, it stops the financial institutions being able to control or manipulate our funds. We have visibility at all points. If you start to take away some of the validation, verification and checking which the financial institutions have implemented very well over the past few years, you have a system which is effectively anonymous. And that's Bitcoin's real weakness and power. Anyone can open a Bitcoin address. There's no verification, there's no KYC. There's no checking that the person is who they say they are. It's basically open up a wallet, buy Bitcoin, mine Bitcoin. Any action isn't tied to a specific individual. It's tied to an identifier which can be anonymous or as public as you want. But Bitcoin is what's led to the new monetization of hacked and compromised devices. And the reason for this is, again, its anonymous nature. In the old days, if a bad guy wanted to ask you for money, for a ransom, for blackmail, for anything, they'd need to give you a way to pay them. They need to give you a bank account. They need to give you a location. Anything to allow you to access and receive those funds. Well, obviously that doesn't work because bank account gets traced and shut. Physical location, the police are waiting. It meant that the bad guys were interested in creating viruses, interested in creating damage, but never really saw a way to actually monetize or blackmail or get people to pay out to repair the damage they've done. It was mostly malicious. Bitcoin's changed all of that. And the way it's changed that is by giving the bad guys a way to receive funds anonymously. Receive them, use them, transfer them, distribute them. And what that's done is it's opened up a whole new door. It's meant that all of those viruses, all of those malicious, annoying programs that we saw in the 90s and early noughties, Code Red, Anna Kournikova, all the rest of them, they've now evolved. And their job is not just to cause havoc, like the old worms and viruses used to, but it's to cause havoc and then give the user an option or a chance to pay to recover, to pay to undo the damage they've done. Because now they don't have to worry about receiving that money. They don't have to worry about cleaning it. They can just set up a Bitcoin account and tell people to pay into it.